Hey, what's up, y'all? Blake here. Welcome back to the channel. Got another video going over some player props on prize picks that I like for Thursday night football. Tomorrow's matchup, we are a day early, so try and get these picks in before anything bumps any more than it already has. Of course, if y'all are new, sub to the channel for me, like the video, I appreciate that. All right, so let's hop into it. We are going to be taking a look at Buffalo and Miami. Should be another banger. These two always a good matchup with these two teams. We'll get into that in a minute. First pick, let's take a look at it and hop into it. We're gonna be taking a look at Josh Allen right here. Um, so I initially had him over on his pass yards, which honestly I still don't hate. I have kind of swayed my pick over to the rush yards though. Um, the passing yards were at 246 and a half, and then and I still had the over. They had just bumped down to 244 and a half, which I'm not sure why they did. Maybe, but DK has juice on the over of 244 and a half anyways. So maybe they're just doing a line match with DK because it was only minus 120 to go over. It's not like it was minus 130 plus, which is about when they start to bump once you get 130, 135 plus. So I still don't hate that. He does clear that in his last 5 straight. But there is an elephant in the room that I kind of steers me a little more away from this. And that is your boy, Jordan Poyer. Of course, former Buffalo Bill, badass safety, is now with Miami. So kind of jump ship there. We're playing against his old team. I do think that affects the passing game, especially given the fact that Buffalo's wide receiver room is not quite as good as it has been in the past. I mean, it's not shit or anything, but of course, Diggs is out. He wasn't kind of doing anything last year for him, anyways. But I do think that's going to affect that. But the fact that it is a close game with these guys all the time, except for once last year, whenever Buffalo dog walked Miami by 28 points. Besides that, all these matchups between Buffalo and Miami, like the last 6 or 7 matchups, have been decided by a touchdown or less. It's usually, honestly, I think it's pretty consistently a 3-point game with them. So I think Josh Allen does a ton on his feet. Of course, you could take a look at his last 5. He does clear in this last 5, just barely on his first game against Arizona. But once again, I think Miami has a much better pass defense than Arizona does anyways. So especially with Poyer back there now. So I think this is a good spot. Josh Allen makes some shit happen on his legs. I think you could also take his, where are we at? Rushing, receiving touchdown, the over there. That looks good too. So that's going to be pick number 1. Hop over to Miami. And this one is going to be Tyreek. And we're going to go just him getting into the end zone. Over half of a rush receiving touchdown. Receiving yards, of course, looks good as well. But I really like him getting into the end zone right here. Of course, he did last week. I would argue that the Bills' secondary is probably one of the worst that we're going to have seen by the time we're about halfway through the year. I bet this is going to be one of the bottom of the barrel Bills secondaries, especially, again, Jordan Poyer isn't there. That's going to open things up downfield for some big plays. Damar Hamlin started for Buffalo in week 1. Dude's not a very good safety, right? So I really think this game has all the qualities for big plays, which Miami is going to take shots. That's what they do. Buffalo's secondary is kind of in a state of rebuild, if you would. So I really think this is just kind of, perfect concoction for Tyreek Hill to find the end zone. Probably going to go over his receiving yards as well. I feel really good about Tyreek being the beneficiary. So another thing to look at is the over under on this game is 49.5. Buffalo by 2.5. So that has Miami. Fuck it. That has Miami going about what do we say? 49 over under Buffalo 2.5. That has Miami scoring about 3.5 touchdowns, about 24, 25 points. So if they get into the end zone, 3 times, or has them score about 21 to 24 points. If they get into the end zone 3 times, I'd say the odds of Tyreek Hill being at least one of those is pretty damn good. So that is going to be pick number 2. I don't know what just happened to my prize picks. It just took a shit on me. So either way, though, that is going to be the 2 picks. We're going to take a look at Josh Allen over 37.5 rush yards, and then Reek going into the end zone. Just once is all we need, rush or receiving. That'll be the 2 picks right there, man. Besides that, I will catch y'all in the next one. Good luck, everyone. See y'all for, we got Sunday slate. So until then, good luck. Later.